Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order to committee adjustment, St. Mary's. Items to be considered at the meeting, consent to sever for 236 Water Street West. Call meeting to order at 6 p.m. The first order of business is declaration of pecuniary interest. Are there any members of the committee declaring a pecuniary interest with respect to any of the committee's business this evening? No, good. Declare the order of business. Those amendments and approval of agenda. So I'll put the staff recommendation report for the approval of the agenda. The recommendation that the agenda be approved as presented tonight. Mr. Galloway, seconded by Mr. Bolton. Any discussion? All in favor? Declare the motion carried. So acceptance of the minutes. Everybody have a chance to have a look at the February the 4th minutes. Any errors or omissions? Seeing none, is there a mover for recommendation? Mr. Gilmore, once again. You weren't at the meeting, so I'm not sure.
Yes, I was.
Oh, were you online?
I moved. No, this is.
February.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can move. Yeah, go ahead. Second by Mr. Bolton. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, done. Unanimous vote. The next order of business is the application for consent to sever on 236 Queen Street West. Notice of the complete application and the committee of adjustment meeting was given by first class mail to the owners of all properties within 60 meters of the subject lands, to those agencies prescribed by regulation, and signage advertising tonight's meeting was posted on the subject lands for the application being considered this evening. Special instructions for attending this meeting and or providing comments were provided in the notice that can be found on the town's current planning development applications webpage and on the events detail webpage for this meeting. During the meeting, the committee will invite members of the public who are in attendance in the gallery to comment or pose a question regarding the application being considered. For the committee's information, there was one piece of correspondence received in advance of the publishing of the agenda, which was summarized in the staff report. In addition, after the completion of the staff report, Upper Thames Conservation Authority provided comments on February 11th indicating subject lands associated with application 04-2025 are not affected by any regulations pursuant to section 28 of the Conservation Authorities Act. Thus, Upper Thames has no objections to the application with no section 28 approval requirements. And so, Mr. Stone, would you like to tee up the application for us?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, everyone. The town has received an application for consent to sever for 236 Queen Street West. The property, as shown on the slide, is located at the southwest corner of Queen and Salina Street South. It's approximately 666 square meters in size. The immediate area consists predominantly of single attached dwellings. And Queen Street West is considered an arterial road according to St. Mary's official plan, while Salina is considered a local road. There's an existing single detached dwelling on the northern half of the property, and that dwelling also has an additional 2 residential units for a total of 3 residential units. There's an existing driveway serving the lot off of Salina, which provides off-street parking and access to the site. So the owner is proposing to sever the property into 2 lots as shown on the plan. The area to be retained is shown in green, while the area to be severed is in red. The retained portion would be 443 square meters. Now, Queen Street, as I mentioned a second ago, is an arterial road according to the town's official plan. It has a planned right of width of 30 meters. And because of that, the town will require conveyance of a 5-meter wide road widening along the Queen Street frontage, and you'll see that that's one of the conditions of the severance if approved. And then after the widening, the property will be 361 square meters in size. There's also, as you can see here, a new access proposed off of Queen Street West to provide 2 tandem parking spaces for the existing residential buildings. So there will be 2 spaces, parking spaces off of Queen, and an additional 2 spaces off Selena for a total of 4 in compliance with the town zoning bylaw. Now, the severed portion in red, the southern part of this property, would be about 223 square meters in size, with a frontage of 15.5 meters and a depth of 14.3 meters. The applicant is proposing a 2-story single detached dwelling on the new lot, if created, and is anticipating that it would have a ground floor area of about 50 square meters. And a new driveway would be built from Selena Street South to along the south property line of the new lot, excuse me, and would provide 2 tandem parking spaces. According to the official plan, the subject property and pretty much the entire area is designated residential, and the residential designation in the official plan permits a wide range of residential types, from single detached dwellings up to low-rise apartments. Some of the key objectives in the residential designation related to this application include ensuring that there's new development through intensification that makes use of existing infrastructure such as roads, existing sewers, water services, which this one would. And also the official plan speaks to providing a choice in housing in terms of quality, type, location, and cost. And there's also a need to meet the policies of the official plan with respect to compatibility and character. The applicant has submitted planning justification in this regard. Now, the property is currently zoned residential zone 3 R3. I say currently because zoning bylaw amendment Z162-2026 was passed by town council on January 27th. So it was approved by council, but there is an appeal period that will expire at the beginning of March. But the bylaw that was passed by council would assign a residential zone 4 R4-16A to the retained northern property, and an R4-16B to the severed southern property. They have different zones because there's different criteria. You have an existing lot with an existing single attached dwelling, while a smaller lot is being created. And so there are different exceptions that were required to create that lot. But essentially, with the approval, subject to any appeal of the bylaw, what council has done has reviewed this smaller lot that's been proposed and has determined that the lot size and development standards that would accommodate that new house on the new lot are appropriate. As the chair mentioned, we have received some comments. As stated in the staff report, Festival Hydro did provide comments and noted that there is an overhead service wire that crosses part of 22 Selena Street South, which is the property to the immediate south. And as such, this area crossing will also be present on the proposed Severn lot. And as the Festival Hydro was requesting that this be addressed through a condition of severance, either through relocation or an easement to Festival Hydro, I've included a condition of approval in this regard. And as the chair summarized earlier, we did receive comments from the Upper Thames River Conservation Authority after the report was published, but the authority has no objections to the application. And throughout the process in front of the Planning Advisory Committee and Council as part of the zoning bylaw review, and also leading up to this evening, we have received no public comments on this development proposal. That's my overview, Mr. Chair.
You're going to speak?
Yeah, I'll just say a couple words.
Yeah, no, good.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Leah Richards. I'm a planner with Cylinder Panel Limited, and I'm here representing the property owner and proponent of this consent application. I'd like to thank Grant and Mark for their work in processing this application over the last several months, and for Mark providing that in-depth presentation. I don't really feel the need to provide any additional details other than that we are in agreement with the staff recommendation and the conditions set forth by staff, and that we would hope that the committee would endorse the staff recommendation as well to approve this application. And I'm available to answer any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Leah. So are there any questions from the committee for the applicant or Mr. Stone? So I guess, we're decision time now. There's no one in the gallery to confer with at this point. It seems, Sylvia, did you,
Maybe if you need something to say,
glad you brought it up. So without any further comments, is the committee prepared to make a recommendation?
And you go ahead.
You're seconding?
I'll second.
Okay, the recommendation is proposed. So it's been recommended, we have a mover and seconder, that the application for consent by Mary Ann de Brabandier, application number BO4 2025, affecting a parcel of land municipally known as 236 Water Street West, or Queen Street West, in the town of St. Mary's for the purpose of severing the lot to 2 lots be approved as the severance proposal conforms to policies of the official plan, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, that the certificate of the official must be issued by the secretary treasurer for the committee of adjustment within a period of 2 years from the date of the mailing of the notice of decision. Number 2, confirmation to the town's treasury department, from the town's treasury department, that their financial requirements have been met. Number 3, that the owner paid 5% of the value of the land as cash in lieu of parkland pursuant to section 51 of the Planning Act. Number 4, that the owner make payment to the town for 1 boulevard hardwood tree for each lot as per the town's tree planning policy. Number 5, that the owner prepare a reference plan to the satisfaction of the town of St. Mary's Engineering and Public Works Department showing a 5-meter wide road allowance parallel to and for the extent of Queen Street West frontage of 236 Queen Street West, and further those lines identified on reference plan as 5-meter wide road allowance be conveyed to the town of St. Mary's. Number 6, that the zoning bylaw number Z162-2026, the subject plans shall be in full force and effect, including confirmation of appeals have been filed within the statutory appeal period prior to the final approval of the consent. Number 7, that the secretary treasurer of the committee of adjustment be provided with written confirmation that concerns raised by Festival Hydro in the correspondence dated February 5th, 2026 have been addressed to the satisfaction of Festival Hydro. And further, the secretary treasurer of the committee of adjustment be provided with a copy of an easement agreement between the owner and Festival Hydro if required. Number 8, that the committee be provided with a description that's consistent with the application and equal to that required for registration of a deed/transfer or other conveyance of interest in land under the provisions of the Registry Act or Land Titles Act. And number 9, finally, the confirmation be received from the solicitor that the certificate of the official will be scanned and attached to the electronic registration transfer. Are there any discussions around the recommendation? So I'll call the question. All in favor of the recommendation? Or the motion carries unanimously? Oh, good. Thanks, Olivia.
Thank you.
14 minutes past, and we had to wait for you to get here. Next order of business, upcoming meetings,
Yeah, so,
March 18th. Yeah.
March 18th, next meeting, there will be another meeting, another joint meeting about the zoning bylaw review. They'll be coming up and there'll be probably 1 or 2 other planning meetings coming up for, minor variances and consents. Coming up, yeah, so lots of things going on, so to speak. So there'll be, I will email the committee before we set any of those meetings, make sure the availability and stuff like that.
So you think April, is that what you're thinking?
April, if it is, it's gonna be later in April.
You'll be back from your trip.
Yeah, so this is come back 2 days prior.
It's not so active, you're gonna cancel your trip, is that what you're saying?
No, I canceled my trip. So then April, will be April, May-ish, probably late April, early May, when the next meeting will be, so. Based on that.
Any discussion on that? And I guess the next step is adjournment. Mr. Galloway, Mr. Beckles, all in favor?